Welcome back everybody for some more Railroads Online action. And in this video, not only do I finish up taking the final product from the oil refinery to the freight depot, but as you can already tell, there has been a major update to the live alpha branch of the game. And as I pan over here, I have a new setup at the coal mine. A bunch of it is now gone. In fact, we also have a recent patch, content patch that includes these telegraph offices. You place one down, you open your map, and yeah, you can click on it to be teleported. I'm a little sad there's no like lines you could put down, but maybe in a later update. Our coal hoppers are still the same model. They're supposed to be getting an update at some point. But yeah, I have a full load of coal because I want to test out my new track I have laid down going back to the the ironworks. I'm also out of beams now, so I'm gonna do a beam run. But yeah, pretty much all the old spline track is gone. There's a couple spots I gotta go visit some point later on to what's what I'm looking for now? Delete the old stuff. Come on, let me in. Oh, okay, we'll just press F at the at the body of it, I guess. All right, so let's get her loaded up. A couple more sticks. There, that'll do it for now. Reverse, like so. But yeah, I did away with the spaghetti roller coaster line going over these mountaintops here, and instead I've diverged it to follow a more scenic route. But we will not be taking this train through that huge scenic route. My goal was when the new splines came out was to make a high-speed scenic route going through the valley we're about to come down to here and come up to here. However, while trying to build that, I did come into a couple of little complications where I would edit later to make it more high speed, but then I realized, no, we'll just leave that for now. And use it for testing. But as we see here, I'm going to start putting the brakes on because I do have some very tight curves. These ones here are going between 40 to 30 meters in radius. And yes, the new tools have a circle mode where it allows you to make these really tight curves but still able to run your trains. And because this is a axled gear train, we'll be able to take those tight curves pretty darn well. Excuse me. And yeah, we got all those new bridges, all new spline work. You can't do some of the bridge tricks you did before, because I find it with the new splines, there seems to be like a soft zone where it's like, hey, you know, we understand this part of the geometry of this part of the ballast for the track is in the ground, but it's not in the ground enough, or there's a spot where there's a gap, and we feel like you need to go with the next size up, which I'll get to here in just a moment. If we go to G, yeah, because we have different depth of ballast for tracks 1, 2, and 3. Your plane track, ballast 1, 2, and 3 different levels, and you got your bridges. Like this bridge here, the steel one, is probably your tallest. Whoops, your tallest one to get over deeper ravines with. And yeah, I'm still not running like the maximum graphics settings. Did I forget to cut that tree? Oh no! No, I did. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, I believe we're good to go now. On my railroad, safety comes first, and I like to call the trees back a good X amount away from the track. Because Lord only knows if they add in like weather and trees falling down on tracks and causing derailments, right? That would be cool, but it'll probably never happen. Still, for aesthetic effects, I call a fair bit. I did leave this one lonely birch alone, though, just for, you know, like a marker placement for now. But yeah, this all winds down into that valley below, and that's where we're going to be heading to. Now, I don't know if this was intentionally designed this way by the map maker to have this twisty line come up originally, or it just was there from, like, you know, setting up a mountain range. Either way, it does work out, and oh dear, I forgot a tree. Yeah, another tree. Oh my goodness. Okay, I gotta call these buggers. Uh, but yeah, I'm looking at it going, you know, this makes sense. This will make for a lovely scenic route and also a challenge, right? Because you got to bring this train up, twisty turns, some really tight turns, and I've kind of pondered if the climax will be able to do it with 5 cars empty. I'm pretty sure it's going to be no problem. Ooh, excuse me. I tried to belch there really loud. But yeah, there are sections where I taper off to almost 0% grade coming up, but there's many spots where it bounces between 1%, 4%, 4% to 6, 6 back to 2 kind of thing. And I'm just like, yep, I'll just make this work. Just trying to follow this terrain as best I can. However, this side's a little more smoother transitions, whereas the other side we'll see when we get down to it is a lot more wonky. But yeah, I'm gonna put the brake on, let the gravity do the work, and we'll be right back as I call more trees. Oh my goodness, I forgot to take these ones out. Oh, come on, come on! I got a train coming. There is much more tree calling to do, but as we come down from that big loop of around into the valley, because the coal mine is up over there, we come into a pointless and needless multi-runaround shunt / main through railway yard, if that's the proper terminology for it. Because in my mind, if I have the space for it, let's experiment and build it. And so I did. This one's actually fairly long. I remember seeing stuff like this being done up for, what's that railway game called? Derail Valley. So I'm looking at it and going, yeah, they follow the prototypical. I'm going to do one for down at the bottom. And slam on the brakes. However, though, when I built this one, I just mirrored the left and the right side, so this side's got the same amount as that side for switches. However, the right-hand side is much longer than the left-hand side, so really, if you want to set up a multiplayer game, you really could do this. Have a couple of people run a shunt yard down here while one's running the empty hoppers back up and fixing up trains down here to be reloaded and hauled off. But yeah, we have a turntable. I actually jacked it up just to see what all the details on that one looks like, which we'll go see here in a few seconds. Like so. Yeah, it does have like a modeled rail and all that down there. It does have all this sand. Too bad when you place this down, like it doesn't carve the inside out, but who knows. But I figured we got a ramp coming in to help slow you down anyway. And to keep yourself from throwing off the back, I did put a bump stop. Right? Because why not? Things are bound to happen. And this turntable just pretty much serves to turn your locomotives around, like I did with my Major Tom. And of course, down here I have a engine storage shed for the engines that are going to be running up and down to the coal mine, which will be that one climax. And it would also, I guess I could get a helper engine, but I don't really like to run 2 trains at once by myself. It's a little... can be a little annoying to control. It's better with 2 people, at least. But yeah, I have a fueling station, water tower, and of course a sanding tower. And I may have to... yeah, I'm going to have to edit this guy over some more, but that'll be at a later date. For now, I'm going to switch out, put Major Tom on, and take us on the next guided tour around and back out. Originally, though, I did have a bridge come elevate nicely over past tight to the waterfall because, you know, scenic route. Speed line turn around, which took me a few tries, and then scaled all the way up here past the coal mine and then tried to loop back in. However, I can't loop back in as the terrain really drops down that way. And I didn't want to run like a 30 meter curve for a high-speed train. which in the end I inevitably just opted that out as I discovered there was a whole like level curve system where I had the track laid from when I was up there looking down. I'm like going, oh, I could use that because that makes sense. Because on the map here, you can kind of see where there's a curvature, etc., etc. I mean, I could have built down this way too, but I came up this side and went around. And also, our markers are now different. I now have a green marker for me. Other players will show up in orange, and these T's are for the telegraph offices. I currently have 3 of them built, as you see. I should plant one down the iron ore mine, smelter, sawmill, logging camp, and one for down here. It really is a big quality of life improvement for that. Okay, let's just detach the train. Gonna back her up. Because I also love the fact that switches automatically switch over now. You no longer have to hop out. There's no more derailing it unless you throw the switch while the train's going through it. Okay, brakes. And we'll just put you on this track. Like so. Come on. Let me in. But yeah, if you really wanted to, you could build something like this yourselves. It's very easy to do. That curve, it looked kind of sharp, but I think it's okay. Basically, to get that kind of curve to work, what I did was I put another switch track in front of it on each end, ran my straight a piece across, and deleted the switch track, and then put the curves back in. So those curves would be technically from the same angle as the switch track. So it should be fine. Should be fine. I mean, it worked over here. Okay. Old Moose, we'll park you here for now. Get on Major Tom. Which I'm sure needs fuel. Alrighty. Should be enough boiler pressure there to get us around and hook on anyway. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. There are also new steam engines and locomotives. Quite a few actually. Currently I still have the most powerful steam engine and tender in the game. The Class 70 here. And I'm going to brake. I think it's the most powerful. Let's take a quick look. And I like the fact I can actually change the color of flat cars now. That's nice. It gives me some crazy ideas. Except for the hopper. It has no paint jobs yet because I think we're still waiting on a model update. Okay, so... Oh yeah, I mean... Several shades of brown. Something for a yellow box car. There ain't any. Of course, with the Bobber Caboose. We have the Way car with multiple paint jobs. This car is still broken, the hand car, but it kind of works. We've got the Porter like normal, the 042 Porter. We now have the brand new Class 48. That's a chunky beast. I actually picked up one recently. The Montezuma. Good little early stage flow, speedy boy. Of course, there's the good old-fashioned Eureka. There's a Glenbrook. I want to purchase this monster and take it for a rip. I mean, what's the tractive effort on this thing? 7,811. That's not bad for this tier 2 whenever they get the other stuff implemented. Of course, got the good old-fashioned Climax. I want to get a Heisler for some jobs. They have the Shea. An offset steam boiler engine. I mean, we've got this big chunking thing down here, which just barely clears the tracks. Just barely. I hate to bottom out on that. We have the Mosca. That's a cool engine. What's the tractive effort on it? 1,200 pounds. We have the Cook Moogle, which is 1,100 pounds of tractive effort. Wow, the Mosca has more tractive effort? I guess it's because of the wheels. The Cook has all flanged runners by the looks of it. I don't know if they'll make it around my other one. How's this one for track? Does it have flanges? Oh, the center wheels aren't flanged, so that could do my coal run. Cook, I'm not too sure on. And then we have the Class 70, which I currently have, which is able to do my coal run because it's got flangeless center driving wheels. Okay, so boop, boop. And switch over. One thing I can't love to get, or can't wait to see if we get in this game is like some kind of switching tower. So if you're playing multiplayer, and some could just run a switching tower. I want to check this rail out. I mean, it looks kind of steep. It's all right. I'm not gonna fart around with it. No point. Oop, bump. Come back. Brake. Hooked up. Excellent. Turn the brake off. Nice. Let's chug on out of here. We got some boiler pressure built up again. Turn off the brake. Go full speed ahead. I should get a caboose on the back of this thing. I really like this yard. I really do. I mean, I know a buddy of mine that would love to run big trains on his world, and I'll probably set this up for him too. Because it makes sense, you know? Even if we don't follow that route in the end and do like a different wiggity wonkety thing, that'd still be cool. Ooh, wobbling a little bit here. But yeah, we come out of the yard, we're going from like a nice smooth 200 some meters to like a 70, 60. Like I find it with the Class 70 on its current limited speed right now until they lift that speed limitation. You can do 60-meter curves on this thing full throttle, no problem, with or without a load. But I think under that it will flip over. A little river. And going along here. For this bit, I'm just going to shut up now and just let it do its thing. Okay, I got the track switched up here. We're now going into the freight slash throw lines here. The left, of course, goes down to our purchasing depot. Now, I got it set up so the primary throw line is on the right. The left would be the secondary. And of course, these are both high speed. Well, high speed for the current engine, that is the Class 70. I haven't put the Montezuma on it yet and tested it with a load, but I'm pretty sure I'll have to start slowing it down. Now, normally when you come into freight yards, you typically slow right down, right? And as you can see here, I do have a switch off to go into a shunting lane. It's just a small shunt yard. I got like a ladder yard for storage there. And then there's a runaround track into another runaround track. But if I wanted to, I could build a big train on this line or set a train on this line. But at the same time, it's also active. Say if someone's unloading here, this is a runaround for that. Again, you know, for like multiplayer stuff. And we can see here, if we wanted to, this could be the secondary run through. The primary. This is like a primary, so secondary, but this one also switches off into the other one. And I had to rerun these a couple of times to get them just, you know, where they're not too steep, but not too wide either. As we can see, the Class 70 kind of jerks away. And we merge back onto the main line. So basically, it's kind of like a split main line. Yeah. So we'd come on through here, and I believe the switches are set up at the other facilities. So we'll soon find out. Oh yeah, and it's like I said, when I took out most of the old splines, there's still some little bits left. I believe all that old bridge up above is gone, but I think I have a bit at the logging camp to get rid of still. But anywho, we'll just get down to the ironworks, drop this coal off, and make some more cash. Here we are at the oil fields. I have a new little switch around track or whatever there. So we have the other porter for delivering steel pipes and coarse tools, and as we can see here, I have plenty of stuff stocked up. Got the oil there. I do have a weight car parked for doing oil run deliveries. And, you know, again, just kept it simple, kept it clean. Nothing too fancy here. And the old track that was there is now gone. And, oh, hang on. I don't want to go to the oil fields. I want to go to the ironworks. Yes, yes indeed. Put on the brakes. I'm gonna switch it over. Climb back in. Come on, let me access the buttons. Now, one thing I'm trying to remember, what do I require at the oil refinery to start producing that last bit of product? Was it beams or steel? That's something I need to look into. But I figure we'll show off the ironworks. Excuse me. So we have the divider here. We're set to go to the coal, because that would take us over to where the tools are and the pipes. These the new spline and track lean tools really are a huge, and I mean huge, quality of life improvement. Hands down. Yeah. And I do have a runaround track. I didn't do the trick with the switches. I just left this with a big bow because why not? Still experimenting. I'll probably fix that in a later date. So we got raw iron. We got plenty of wood. Let's sell some coal. Build up my coal pile. Break about there. Let's count the money's coming in, because I need money. I don't know if that will reach it. I'm not going to do that one just yet. Yay! Lots of money. 1,079. That's going to be enough to get me a couple more, whatchamidingers. Behold oil barrels in. And speaking of oil barrels, I need to find out what all I need for the, oh... This guy just saw the ironworks his way. Stick this down about here. There we go. I just don't want it to cover up the words, making it hard to read. Like, see the coal mine kind of moved down the way too. But yeah, I gotta find out what material I need to finish producing refined oil with. So I'll come right back to that. Now, I'm making my approach up to the oil refinery on what is the new little engine I have picked up, especially for up here. This bridge I am going to redo at some point, because I don't like the, it's too fresh, too new, and I kind of got the ends messed up down there. But it works for now. And I have my, of course, completely redefined yard. So let's see, what am I missing here? I have wood. Okay, it is pipes. I need pipes. What I will do though is just park this guy up here for now, because he's going to be the little yard engine for up here. I do have a runaround track right here, turntable, and a little spot to refill water. I didn't bother with a wood supply. I figured if I'm going to do wood, I'll just take it off a tender wrench and throw it into this guy. Do it that way. But yeah, the this entire back curve is 30 meters all the way, and I figured that'd be tight enough for that little guy. With, of course, a switch out right here for all the oil. That will eventually come out. Alright, so I'm going to get some steel piping. But first, I need to build a telegraph office. Because these things are great to fast travel to your businesses and other industries. Will this just clear the refinery word? Okay, it should. I'm just going to stick it right here. Boom. Done. Like so. And it's easy as a 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! Here we are, all set to go. I'm probably going to probably use the porter. It's already attached. And of course, iron pipes written on it for classification purposes. Hee 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 hee. Okay, I'm going to get the Class 70 out of the way and get to that little porter ready to go. Okay, I got my load of pipes. Taking it down now. I just hope the porter is got attractive effort to get up that incline. I think it was like 5 or 6% or 6.5. And I was able to do it on the old layout with one oil tanker. But things have changed. Maybe this little guy will make it up with 2 things full of beams. We'll see. And up the incline we go. It's not slowing down yet. Maybe it'll make it. Oh. Oh. I might have to get the helper. Just in case, pre-link that up. Come on, little mule 2. Come on, you can do it. Or it's mule 1. Okay. Let's go get the big mule. Also, I just realized I never numbered my trains right. I kind of number them based on how many I have of each type and not, like, company-wise. So this is technically big mule number 2, even though this is big mule number 1. I don't know why I put down the number 2. Ugh, excuse me. Yes, sirree. Okay. Now, the big mule, much like the Porter, doesn't have air brakes. It's just big old clamp on the bar and pray the springs don't give out. Kinda brakes. And can we hook up? Yay! So much horsepower this thing has. It'll even pull the Porter with the brakes on. Speaking of which, let's just get up here and hit the brakes and stop. Like so. Disconnect. Hop back into you. Pull forward. Yeah, I don't think this Porter is going to be good for, like, going from the refinery to the other yard, or from the refinery back to those yards. I think I'll just leave it to those two industries down there, where the grade is level and it'll be able to pull and push no problem. Now we just pass this track up here as well. I almost wonder if they meant for us to kind of come up this side at some point and then build a yard out this way. Details for another day. But now we're going to go and flip thy switch and make thyself some cash and some produce so I can take this to the freight depot and be like, yay, game is done. I did it. I collected all the industries, made all the money. But I won't stop there, though. I'll probably, like, try other things and other ideas. Alright, so this is kind of weird. Like, we have all this lumber and a small dock to unload it at. The steel pipes, big dock to unload at. You could technically unload 3 at this one. And you can do like 3 at that one. But yeah, so weird. Anyway, how much cash am I making? Yes! About $50 each. Give me the moolah. So, when this is cycling, how much does it use of each is the question. Got 108 crude oil. I got 16 steel pipes. And then I maxed this out at 44 to 50 lumber. So this is 1 pipe to 2 lumber. To a lot of crude oil. Okay, so even if this is on the easiest industry mode, this thing is using up, like, yeah, there's a big chunk of it, like 12 crude oil. Wow, okay. Complete opposite of the iron and coal, where the iron and coal just drizzle away, but it requires everything else to be constantly topped up. Holy moly, look at all the fresh oil. Wow, yeah, man. Awesome. So wait, is this what we lift up? Whew. Okay. Yes, sirree, Bob. Because we're already set. Right, I'm gonna teleport back to oil field. I'm gonna go find my class 70 wherever it went. Yeah, I left it running down here on idle. And I'll be right back with some fresh cars. Okay, so I purchased just 2 of these cars for now. I could have bought like a full rack of like 5 or 6 of them, but I'm like, no, let's just get 2 and get this over with, because I don't think, yeah, I set it up so you can take the shunter engine and 2 cars in at a time, even though you could probably maybe do 3 at a time. Okay, you, gonna put the brakes on and just let them coast in the back. Dunk. There we go. Alright, sweet. Oh no, I need wood. I require fuel. There we go. And slow it down. Jesus, 30 meters. Yee, we're just doing it. Holy moly. Whew. Thought we're gonna derail there. I should probably extend it up there too, because if I have the train connected to the back of the 2, I could pull in straight. And then just, oh, yeah, I mean, with this engine, I could technically take 1 more. And I could also extend it there a little bit too. Okay, yep. Yeah, because if I drop off a bunch of these empty ones, and I would have to, like, connect, loop around, back out, back in, loop around, yeah, that would be a lot of work. So I will extend this bit here in a bit. But for now, we just got the 2 cars. Gonna load these 2 up. Gonna hit the brakes. There we go. Alright, so how does this work? We just... Really? That's it? It's not tight enough. Okay. These don't extend either, do they? No. Fantastic. Let me just pull out of here and redo all this. They just squeeze. I'm going to have to bring this out some more, though, because I think that's a little too close for comfort. Another thing I'm thinking, too, is to maybe lower the track as well. Nope, I ain't going in that one. No. I can't get it in there. It's not squeezing in. She's bound. Still, though, that little bit of resources did produce, like, it only holds 100 oil barrels each. How many does this car take? 46. Wow. So, really, I don't really need to bring up that many cars to begin with. Because this will pretty much just empty it out. But yeah, I'll definitely have to lower the track and bring it over just a little more this way. Alright, so I got a little more spacing. It's a little looser. I also have the track much lower to the ground. So hopefully, yeah, because it starts to elevate up from this point upward back to where I have it set. So this is 2% going down, just a short stunt. But I'm hoping it's enough just to get these barrels to go and load. So I'm trying to make this like hassle-free as much as possible. No, go down. I wish we'd switch it so it's like left click down, right click close. That would make sense. Okay, we're loading up. Now, my buddy says this should stop loading when you hit 46. We'll see. Nope, it keeps dumping them. No, go up. Close. Well, at least it works. It's slow enough the barrels hit the top deck for the collision or whatever to register that it's, hey, it's loading. Sweet. Nice. Very nice. So 48, 51. Yeah, I had some spills. This is excellent. Okay, I'm just going to quickly enable that. Going to quickly just make an extension here. And add a piece of this to the back. Which doesn't connect anyway. Why? Why don't you want to connect? Oh, maybe it's low enough anyway for this bumper. Because for some reason the bumpers do not come with any groundwork. Which I think is stupid. Okay, so that should be enough, and enough clearance for a locomotive and 2 additional cars. Perfect! Let's just run this guy back around carefully. Brakes off. Excellent. Excellent. Now the brakes on this thing is terrible, but it does have a lot of backup torque. So we'll go run ahead of it. Flip thy switch. Oh boy, I can't wait to see how much money this oil makes me. Like, the refined oil is like the top pricing of goods in the game so far. But to get here, you literally do have to spend a lot of time planning your layout to each industry, making sure you can get your train and load and back. Oh, this is going to be tight. Let's go prepare. Prepare my other engine. You know, I kind of want to just, like, like give this little bit of throttle and just teleport over and wait for it to show up. That would be cool. Okay, so we're going to re-enable your hook like so. As we put on back. Yeah, because we bring a bunch of these empties up. I have to go up here, park them, come in, switch around, switch around. Yeah, I would have to park it here, bring a load up this one or this one, disconnect, park the other engine here, and then start taking 2 or 3 at a time in, around, load, back, unload here. Yeah, that'll work. I don't have to make that much change to the track. No, that'll be fine for future reference. And Linky, gonna go reverse. 3 toots, I'm going backwards. Now I do need some wood. Keep the boiler pressure up. I don't need this much throttle going down though, holy smokes. Okay. I'll see you on the other side. Alright. Time to pull in and unload this glorious gold of refined oil. Yes, sir. And I ponder, would they back in the day actually load the barrels onto a platform car like this and not strap it down? Would there be enough gravity and friction to keep them there? That's a big question. Bigger question is, how much money do I make? And who, excuse me. And it's gonna slow right down. Do. Alright, let's hop off of Major Tom. Start unloading barrels. Oh, sweet, yes. Yes. Lots of moolah. So these give out just a little bit more than the iron pipes, but there's so many of them. Just look at it go. Look at it go. Yeah. You too. Let's unload up here. Lots of numbers. Oh, jeez. I'm definitely going to drain that thing dry. I mean, look at all this money. Look at it all. Gonna get me some engines to toy around with, too. Yes, sirree, Bob. Oh, look at all that. Should get a whole line of these things. How many do you guys figure will fill up the platform? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd say 6 ought to do it. Well, I'll grab 5 anyway. 3 more ought to do it for now. Alright, folks, that's it. Have yourselves a good day. And we'll see you next time in some kind of spaghetti experiment.